like the rest of the text, but the song will be written in Hebrew poetry. Verse 30 is prose, but the song will be written in Hebrew poetry. That's why in your Bible, they slash the verses not in the same way as what we just read. Number 2. It is written, the song, in a riv pattern. R-I-V. All capitalized. Riv pattern. And a riv pattern, it's a covenantal lawsuit for covenant disloyalty. I repeat. A riv pattern, and that's why it's strong. It is strong to show us that this is a marriage contract. A riv pattern in Hebrew, it's a covenantal lawsuit. Why? Because of covenantal disloyalty. It was number 2. Riv pattern, covenantal lawsuit, because of covenantal adultery, if you want to put it this way. Violation of the marriage contract. In that case, it's adultery. Number 3, the song in totality makes 2 points. You can call your number 3 A and B. Very easy. A, obligation to obey God. A, obligation to obey God. And B, judgment for their apostasy. I'm just giving you the format. I'm asking you something next week. Read this. Read the last point concerning the song before we embark into the song. I'll review it, but very quickly. Number 4. Pay close attention. The song will contain at least 14 apax legomena. Apax.
14.
Yeah. Legomena. We call it, concerning the Hebrew, hapax, H-A-P-A-X, legomena, or legomenon. Both are okay. Na or non. Legomenon. What is an apax legomenon? It's a verb that is a word that is used only one time in the entire Hebrew Bible. So there will be at least 14 words that are used in the Hebrew language only one shot, and it's there. And when it comes across, that's what we call an apax legomenon, or apax. That's why you see apax legomenon a lot in Jewish poetry, like Job. And sometimes these words are very hard to translate in any language apart from the Hebrew language. That's what we call an apax. I repeat, this is a word that is used only one time in the Hebrew Bible. The 5th observation, the song itself followed the pattern. The song itself followed the pattern of this Hittite, suzerain, vassal, treaty. Again, reinforcing the case that Deuteronomy is a marriage contract. And now with you, I basically give you the division once again of how it works. We're still on the number 5. So the pattern is this. In verses 1 to 6, you have the preamble. I'm going to write an abbreviation there. In verses 7 to 14, you have the historical prologue. Exactly like the slide that I have. Number 1, number 2, number 3. In verses 15 to 18, you have the covenant stipulations. Number 4, verses 19 to 25. Number 4, you have the curse.
The what?
Curses for the covenant breakers. That's the song here. It's written in the same principle. Number 5, it goes from verses 26 to 32. You have the blessings aspect. Exactly like you have studied in the last few years, the book of Deuteronomy. Blessing through redemptive aspect. Blessings through redemptive, God delivering them. And 6 and last, in verses 33 to 43 of the song, you have the final disposition. Final disposition. Verses 1 to 6, the preamble. Verses 7 to 14, number 2, historical prologue. Verses 15 to 18, covenant stipulations. Verses 19 to 25, curses. Verses 26 to 32, number 5, blessings. Verses 33 to 43, number 6, final disposition. It follows the same format. It's a strong point.
All the song is like this.
All the song is like this. That's how you slash the song for next week. Number 6 and last. Number 6 and last observation, it's about the rabbinical teaching. They say that this song is God's accusation against Israel. They say that this song is God's accusation of Israel from creation, verse 1, to the Messiah, verse 43. That's how they see the song. And these guys are more qualified than me because they speak Hebrew. The rabbi says that this is an accusation of Israel from the creation in verse 1 of the song until the return of the Messiah in verse 43. And it also shows, still under 6, that all of this will happen to them. All the content of the song will happen to them in the course of Jewish history. Do I need to repeat anything before we close the meeting?
Yes.